Now with more new Fox News contributor and former Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz. Sir, welcome to the Fox News family. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Although you're in Utah, I wish you were here. Next time you're in New York, come by for sure. So you have very relevant and recent experience. I want to ask you, how hot does it have to get in one of those recess visits for a congressman to change his or her mind on a vote?
Well, I don't know that it necessarily swings the vote, but you try not to be embarrassed because it ends up being on YouTube. But, hey, that's part of leadership. I mean, when you're out in front and people are kicking you, they're kicking you from behind because you're out in front, you're leading. And so, look, Republicans, their deal with America was if you give us the House of Representatives, we can play defense. If you give us the Senate, we can play a little bit offense. You give us the House, the Senate, and the presidency, then we can actually get things done. And so here we are 7 months into it, and they haven't passed the bill yet. Well,
I want to ask you about that, actually. Something I'm just curious about, because obviously we covered Obamacare extensively, the passage of it and then the fallout from it. And the entire time the Republicans said, you know, we will repeal and replace. And then the plan was not there. What do you make of that? Was there something to introduce that just couldn't get enough support, or was there actually never really a plan that they had ready to go?
Well, I was first elected when President Obama became the president, and after that health care bill was passed some 50-plus times, we voted to repeal it. But now it's for real, right? That was almost pretend. Now it's for real.
There were no consequences from it.
Yeah, well, I was the chairman, and we were told in November and December that, hey, we're going to front load the schedule into January so that by the time the president is sworn in, and it's President Trump, he will have a bill sitting on his desk. And I can tell you there's a great deal of frustration in both the House and the Senate that there is not yet a bill, because it really feels like they haven't even gotten together and figured out a plan yet that can get 218 votes in the House.
So what was actually going to be on that January 20th plan? Is it what we are looking at today?
No, it's nowhere close. But we were told repeatedly by leadership that, hey, get ready in January. It's going to be there, and we're going to be able to look at it. And we've been talking about this for 7 years. And here we are turning the corner into July, and you still can't point to a single thing that will unite us.
So as I understand it, you would actually be supportive of the idea that some senators, including Senator Rand Paul and Ben Sasse, have put forward about just repeal and then reform it later. But our colleague, your new colleague, Mark Thiessen, wrote a column today saying that would be a disastrous idea, because then Republicans will end up owning all of the problems and not have actually put forward any solutions yet. But why do you think it's a good idea?
Well, I just want to do what's right for America. And what's wrong right now is Obamacare. I mean, how many times do we have to read stories about incredible increases to premiums, deductibles, how many places they don't even have a choice. And so many counties, nearly, I think it's 30%, have like one choice in their plan. So it is imploding. Repeal it. And guess what? That will catch the attention of Congress, because Congress is notorious for just working towards deadlines. But Congress is always in session. It's perpetual. And until there's an actual deadline, you won't compel action.
And as you say, members of Congress prefer action to inaction. So you think there will be a vote before August 1st?
Well, I've always felt like the July 4th was some artificial deadline, but believe me, they do not. Members of Congress, House and the Senate, they do not want to go back into the August work period where they're going to be out for 4 or 5 weeks. They can't just hide, you know, for 1 week over 4th of July. I heard something like less than 5 senators actually made public appearances during that time. You can't go all through August and have no appearances. They're going to have to get something done, I think, by the end of July.
Yeah, you'd be really pale, too, by the time you went back after Labor Day.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, thank you so much, Congressman.
Worry about the ones that are really tan, Dana. That's the ones you got to worry about.
Okay, I'll be watching. All right, Congressman, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.